All right, so today we're gonna go over the dumbbell pullover. This is a great way to build control and range of motion in the overhead position. So Lisa's gonna start, and again, just to reiterate this, like a bunch of other exercises, there's a lot of different ways to do this. There's no particular right or wrong. We'll talk about a couple different ways that could work for you, so try it out based on your situation. Lisa's gonna start your back on the bench, arms outright. She's probably gonna have a slight bend in her elbow, not completely locked out. She's gonna try to keep tension in her feet the entire time, so she's grounded to the bench, and slowly she's gonna reach back. She's gonna feel the tension build in her armpit, and then she's gonna slowly bring it back up. We're not bouncing that bottom range, like we're not going back and just bouncing off that tension. We're nice and slowly controlled. As she's doing this, she's trying to keep her shoulder blades squeezed together and pulled down towards her butt. And she's got a lot of control the whole way. So this is the two-armed version of this. So Lisa's gonna put that down now. She's gonna grab her other weight. We're gonna show you a single arm version as well. And this can do a couple things. One is show big differences left to right. So especially with volleyball players, we tend to have a lot of differences. So we can address those with this exercise. So you can see she's taking the same position, and you can see she's gotten a lot more range of motion. So she's just going through the same idea, packing that shoulder back, slowly reaching back towards her back position. What you can do with this one, we'll play with a couple different ones. So Lisa's gonna bring her feet off the ground and onto the bench. So what this does is it just anchors her low back a bit more. It's gonna make it so it's a bit more difficult to get to this bottom range. But it'll, yeah, exactly. But it'll show just a little bit more information and just give a bit more of a different stimulus. The final variation I want to show you guys is Elise is going to kind of offset off the bench towards me. She's going to have her right leg on the ground, and she's going to have her right shoulder blade, so switch your hands. She's going to have her right shoulder blade floating off of the bench. So she's using this leg for stability. In this case, her shoulder blade's allowed to move a little bit more because it's not pinned down against the bench. And you might find with this, you get a little bit more range of motion. Same idea, you can have more of a dead bug position where you don't have any space in the low back here. Typically we let it go a little bit so we can get a little more range in the shoulder, but there's a lot of different ways that you can do this. She's got one more. Shoulder blades moving, big range of motion, nice and controlled, and pulls it